Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to talk about a powerful and important topic, how to speak so that people want to listen. Communication is one of the most valuable skills in life. The way you speak can inspire people, build relationships, create trust, and help others understand your ideas. Please relax, listen carefully, and enjoy this English listening practice. Many people think good speaking is only about using difficult vocabulary or speaking loudly. But real communication is much deeper than that. People listen to speakers who sound clear, confident, calm, and genuine. Good communication is not about impressing others. It is about connecting with them. The first step to becoming a better speaker is learning to speak clearly. If your message is simple and easy to understand, people will pay more attention. Sometimes people try to sound too intelligent by using complicated words and long sentences, but this can confuse listeners. Simple communication is often the most powerful communication. For example, instead of speaking in very complex ways, try expressing your ideas directly and naturally. Clear communication builds trust and understanding. The second step is speaking with confidence. Confidence does not mean speaking perfectly, it means believing in your message and expressing yourself calmly. When people hear confidence in your voice, they naturally become more interested in what you are saying. Many people speak too softly because they fear judgment or mistakes. But remember, everyone makes mistakes sometimes. Confidence grows through practice and experience. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Another important part of communication is eye contact. When you look at people while speaking, it creates connection and trust. Eye contact shows confidence, honesty, and attention. Of course, you do not need to stare continuously. Natural eye contact is enough. Another important skill is listening. Great speakers are usually great listeners too. When you truly listen to others, you understand their emotions, needs, and perspectives. People appreciate speakers who make them feel heard and respected. Communication should feel like a conversation, not a performance. Another important point is speaking with emotion. People connect emotionally before they connect logically. If your voice sounds completely flat and emotionless, listeners may lose interest. But when you speak with feeling, energy, and sincerity, your words become more powerful. For example, when you talk about something exciting, let your excitement appear naturally in your voice. Emotion makes communication more human and memorable. Another useful skill is slowing down while speaking. Many nervous speakers talk too fast. When people speak too quickly, listeners may struggle to follow the message. Speaking slowly and clearly helps people understand you better. It also makes you sound calmer and more confident. Pauses are also important in communication. A short pause gives listeners time to think about your words. Pauses also make your speech sound more natural and professional. Another important factor is body language. Communication is not only about words. Your posture, facial expressions, gestures, and tone all influence how people understand your message. If your body language looks nervous or closed, people may feel less connected. But open and relaxed body language creates warmth and confidence. Smiling naturally can also make communication feel friendlier and more positive. Another important skill is storytelling. Humans naturally love stories. Stories create emotion, attention, and connection. Instead of only giving information, try sharing examples and personal experiences. Stories help people remember your message more easily. For example, teachers, speakers, and leaders often use stories to explain important ideas. Stories make communication feel alive and meaningful. Another important point is authenticity. People can often feel when someone is pretending to be someone else. You do not need to copy another person's speaking style completely. Your natural voice and personality are enough. Authentic communication builds stronger trust and deeper connection. Another important habit is organizing your thoughts clearly. Before speaking, try to understand the main idea you want to share. If your thoughts are organized, your message becomes easier to follow. You can think about, what is the main point? Why is it important? How can I explain it simply? This makes communication more effective and easier for listeners. Another useful skill is understanding your audience. Different people respond differently to communication styles. For example, friends, coworkers, students, and family members may all need different types of communication. Good speakers adjust their tone and language depending on the situation. This creates stronger connection and understanding. Another important thing is avoiding negative communication habits. For example, interrupting people constantly, speaking too aggressively, complaining too much, using disrespectful language. These habits push listeners away. Positive and respectful communication attracts attention and trust. Another important factor is empathy. Empathy means understanding how other people feel. When you speak with empathy, people feel respected and valued. For example, instead of judging someone quickly, try understanding their emotions and perspective first. Empathy improves relationships and communication quality. Another powerful communication skill is asking thoughtful questions. Good conversations are not only about speaking, they are also about curiosity and understanding. Questions show interest and encourage deeper conversation. For example, how did you feel about that? What do you think? Can you tell me more? These questions help people feel important and heard. Another important point is avoiding too many filler words. Many people say, like, too often during conversations. Small pauses are usually better than too many filler words. Speaking calmly and clearly makes your communication stronger. Another useful habit is practicing your speaking regularly. Communication improves through repetition and experience. You can practice by reading aloud, recording your voice, speaking in front of a mirror, having conversations in English, telling stories out loud. The more you practice, the more natural your speaking becomes. Another important thing is confidence during public speaking. Many people fear speaking in front of groups. This fear is very common. Even experienced speakers sometimes feel nervous before presentations or speeches. One helpful technique is focusing on your message instead of your fear. Think about helping your audience understand something valuable. This mindset reduces nervousness and increases confidence. Breathing slowly before speaking can also help calm your body and mind. Another useful skill is using your voice effectively. Your voice has rhythm, tone, and energy. Speaking in the same tone all the time may sound boring. Changing your tone naturally keeps listeners interested. For example, important ideas can be spoken more slowly or with stronger emphasis. This creates emotional impact and attention. Another important point is respecting silence. Sometimes silence during conversation feels uncomfortable, but silence can actually be powerful. A short pause allows reflection and creates emotional impact. Confident speakers are not afraid of silence. Another helpful communication habit is positivity. People often enjoy listening to speakers who bring encouragement, calmness, and constructive energy. This does not mean pretending to be happy all the time. It means communicating with respect, hope, and emotional balance. Another valuable skill is learning from good speakers. You can observe teachers, interviewers, leaders, storytellers, and motivational speakers. Notice their speaking speed, their body language, their storytelling style, their confidence, their tone of voice. This helps you improve your own communication naturally. Another important reminder is that communication is a lifelong skill. Even strong communicators continue learning and improving. Every conversation teaches something new about listening, empathy, confidence, and connection. And finally, remember this. People do not only remember your words, they also remember how you made them feel. If your communication makes people feel respected, understood, inspired, or encouraged, they will naturally want to listen to you. Good speaking is not about being perfect. It is about being clear, confident, kind, and genuine. Thank you so much for listening and practicing English with this video today. I hope these ideas help you become a stronger and more confident communicator. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep using your voice to create positive connection with others. See you in the next video.